China Globbers. Chapter 8. The Throne Beneath the Silence. Before the world was written, before the stars found their names, there was a throne, forged from silence, waiting for its king. If you love this channel, please like and share and subscribe. Thank you. The Forgotten Keep. Far beyond the hollow wastes, beyond the cradle of curses and the sea that moans, lies a structure that no map dares mark, the Forgotten Keep. Built before memory. Buried beneath oblivion. It is said to be the place where the first name was spoken, the name that broke the dark and summoned light into existence. Now, the Hollow King has returned to it. And he remembers everything. The Hollow King's memory. In life, he was called Valemir the Just. A prince who once loved poetry and peace. But power, like time, distorts. He was betrayed by those he trusted, and cursed by the Scarlet Manifest itself to live between moments, to reign where no time flows. Now resurrected, he walks halls echoing with the voices of his former self, guided by shadows in armor made of broken oaths. He opens a vault sealed in silence. Inside, the throne of unwritten crowns. Mei Ling's revelation. Mei Ling, guided by the lantern monks, arrives at the edge of the world, the grave of forgotten kings. Here, bones whisper warnings, and statues weep ink. She sees visions. Edgar bound in celestial chains, his voice trapped in the rift of echoes. The Hollow King rewriting pasts with every breath. A child, carrying the last true name of the world. That child is her. But to unlock that name, she must return to the Temple of the Scarlet Wind, where the curse first began. Edgar's final letter. From within the rift, Edgar sends a message across dimensions, etched in starlight. History is not a line. It is a sea. The Hollow King rides its waves. But we must become the tide. He reveals that the Scarlet Manifest was never just a ledger, it is a trap, forged to contain a greater power. And that power is waking. If the Hollow King sits fully upon the throne, he will not just rule the forgotten. He will erase the living. The gathering of the last scribes. The ancient order of the scribes, thought long extinct, now rises. Disguised as merchants, hermits and fools, they gather to stand against the Hollow King. Their ink bleeds truth. Their scrolls slice lies. And their mission is clear. Seal the throne before the Hollow King speaks the final name. The war begins anew. A sky without stars. A ground without roots. And between them, the Hollow King rises, his crown floating, his voice echoing through every forgotten tale. He looks into the camera, eyes hollow, and whispers, "I am not your villain. I am your author." The battle for the final word has begun. China Globbers. Chapter 9. The Harbinger Below. When the Hollow King rose, the world above trembled. But the world below began to wake. The Buried Bell. Deep beneath the fractured remains of the Forgotten Keep, there lies a chasm known only in whispers as the Buried Bell. A place so ancient that even the Scarlet Manifest dared not name it. No one alive has heard its ring. No one living should. But now, with the Hollow King seated on the throne of unwritten crowns, the bell begins to stir. And every toll sends ripples through time itself. The first ring shatters compasses. The second distorts memory. The third will reopen the door of ashen teeth, a gate that should never be touched again. The Time Threaders. Far across the sea of ink and shadow, an old guild stirs from its 1,000-year slumber. The Time Threaders, monks, mystics and exiles, once maintained the balance between written time and living history. Now, sensing the timeline unraveling, they send one last envoy. A girl named Kala Wen. Born in silence. Trained in forbidden rhythms. She carries the last needle, a relic that can stitch the world's story back together, if she reaches the heart of the buried bell first. Edgar's echo. From the rift of echoes, Edgar Lainwright grows weaker. His voice is scattered across broken mirrors, each showing a different version of himself. One where he never found the manifest, one where he betrayed Mei Ling, and one where he was the Hollow King all along. He begins to question. Am I the historian? Or just another page? But in the reflection, a new figure appears. Cloaked in golden ink and burning parchment, she calls herself the Harbinger Below. And she has a message. The Hollow King is not your enemy. He is your final chapter. Mei Ling descends. Guided by visions and voices not her own, Mei Ling enters the lower vaults beneath the Temple of the Scarlet Wind. There the walls pulse like veins, the air hums with pre-language, and a dragon-shaped shadow curls around her feet. She is not alone. She never was. Her lineage traces back to the first scribe keeper, and her blood can awaken the glyph heart, a living script stone buried at the world's center. But doing so will cost her everything. Her memories, her voice, and possibly, her soul. Chains of the Hollow King. Meanwhile, the Hollow King senses rebellion. He binds the timelines tighter. Storms rage. Seas fold. Cities vanish into footnotes. But one thing escapes his grasp. A single page torn from the Scarlet Manifest. And it lands in the hands of a child. The same child seen in Edgar's vision. A nameless girl born outside time. Now hunted by both light and shadow. The world holds its breath. The buried bell prepares for its third toll. Kala races against unraveling fate. Mei Ling walks the edge of memory and myth. And Edgar, once the chronicler, is becoming something else. The war is no longer about history. It's about who gets to end it.